Hello, I am doing Renzulli's model of giftedness. So, the first slide that I have is the three ring conception of giftedness. And this is a Venn diagram that we see when we're reading about the Renzulli's method. And it talks about these three different parts that when you put them together, those create giftedness. So, the first part is a well above average ability. This is a student who has reasoning, problem solving, and they specialize in that knowledge. That's where you get a lot of your academics from. The next part is creativity. These people are curious, they're open to new ideas, they have initiative, and they use all of their abilities to create things. And then the last part is the task commitment. This is determination, perseverance to get through a task. They're motivated. And we get all three of these together, and that's where that gray part is on the Venn diagram. That is giftedness. And let's go to the next slide where it talks about what giftedness is. So when I was reading, I pulled these two quotes, and let's read the first one. The concept of intelligence cannot be explicitly defined not only because of the nature of intelligence, but also because of the nature of concepts. So, this is saying that giftedness cannot be in one single definition. There is so much that goes into giftedness, so many different parts, so many different things like math, reading, art, leadership, the different parts of giftedness that you cannot define it in one specific definition. And then the second part says that there is no ideal way to measure intelligence, and therefore we just avoid the typical practice of believing that if we know a person's IQ score, we also know their intelligence. So, this is saying that we cannot measure a person's intelligence based on their IQ score, that this does not tell us if the person is gifted or not based on an IQ score. And this leads us right into our last slide where we talk about the different two different parts of giftedness that Renzulli talks about. And we have the academic giftedness and the creative productive giftedness. So let's go over the academic one. They learn quickly, they score well on tests, may make good grades. They have the IQ and the test scores. And this person could probably be determined by giftedness based on their IQ score. But if we go over to the creative productive giftedness, they are strong in innovation, originality, an investigator. They use abilities to create. So, can we measure this creative person's giftedness based on an IQ score? We don't know. That's why we cannot measure someone based on their IQ score. Thank you.